When I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I can't help but tell my body if you still feel the way I feel when somebody calls you mine. Are you sleeping with someone new? Someone new, when I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new.
Like a light, lighting up in the dark. You make it right, I forgot how to act. It's so classic. Every time you make me nervous and I lose my words. It's been a while since I forgot the most simple words. I feel calm when you're around, like nothing can break me. Now I know why it never worked out before. High low, it would always turn out bad, so bad. But every time we start a fight, we always stop in time. We both know how to be gentle, never cross the line. I feel calm when you're around, like nothing can break me. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes, but I know we're safe. Two peas in a pod, a roller coaster to walk out the door. We could be in control, but we just keep on putting on a show. And baby, I don't mind it. Let them talk, they don't get it. That we are two peas in a pod.
Right, well, there we go. Just gone through the drivers' briefing. So that's us just starting the qualifying now. We're currently in split 3. We will stay here for a little bit, and we'll just see how guys are getting on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was a pretty good drivers' briefing, to be honest. I think everyone was there. There was maybe 10 people missing, I think, out of everyone. So yeah, not too bad. Hopefully we're getting stream sound and it's all good. Let's see, where is my doofer? Here it is. Close that, open that, and we're good to go. Connect. There we go, autopilot. We'll stay in here for a little bit. So, welcome guys. This is, yeah, cheers Cornelius. This is season 2 of the GT4 Championship. I'm really excited. Really excited. I can't wait to see what happens in Split 1. I know there is another 2 splits running, but honestly, I can't wait to see what happens in Split 1. Split 1 is so exciting. There were so many fast guys from Split 1 and 2 that have joined Split 1 total, so it's going to go off in there. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. Thank you to everyone that's subbed on YouTube, by the way. Sorry I didn't catch you during the drivers briefing, but thank you Roth Racing, Panther BLM, Giannis and Brian for joining us. I'm assuming you're all racing as well, so obviously don't race and type. For those of you that are watching that are maybe running in this race, we've also got this going on Pitlink, so you can join Pitlink and you can follow the race on Pitlink. We've got that up and running too, and that's going to change. Like So we've only got a 15-minute window for qualifying. I think maybe 5 more minutes in this split, and then I'm going to go to split 1 and just see how things go there. Hey Kyle, how you doing? So yeah, exciting times. I can't wait. Let's see what we got here. Nobody's done a timed lap yet in split 3, so I'll be able to tell you when they do. Got Benedict Strick, who's probably going to do the first lap. So yeah, who else is excited about this apart from me? Wow, I can't wait to see how this goes. Nighttime qualifying as well. You don't get that very often. Yeah, I'm good, Kyle. Are you working at the minute? Working, maybe. Might be watching it on your phone. Yeah, so with 10 minutes left of qualifying, I am gonna switch from split 3 because they're nice and happy, and we are gonna go to split 1. Hope you don't mind. Cornelius just lurking, lovely. Doesn't want to get in trouble with the wife, so he will just lurk. Let's see, disconnect. So here we go, split 1. And we've already got time on the board of 49.641. There are some crazy fast guys in this split. I cannot wait to see this race. So here we've got Nils running the Chevy, so we'll see how he gets on this year. We've got a new driver, Tabsinswa Haka. We need to put hyphen between his name. We will do that eventually, but at the minute it's as it is. We've got a person running in 24th that is T something. Let's try and find out what his name is. Tijas or Tejas maybe. Alright, Kyle, so hopefully you can hear me, at least. And everyone around you cannot. Or... Here we go, here we go. Here we go, let's get the broadcasting up. Can't wait to fix my wheel. Then maybe I can have a go. Like I was saying to the guys, I might need to get a new wheel. So first place at the minute, Nico Ryan. Nico Ryan, never had him on in the GT4 Championship for last year, so it'll be interesting to see how fast he is. Nico Ryan has got a 1:49.5. Actually, that is the wrong split. Good one, Jens. Good one. There we go, that's better. Auto. There we are. So Harry Phillips is currently first with a 49.251. Harry Phillips, he won our last race, didn't he? Won our last race at Nürburgring, and it was very close between him and Niels throughout the entire race. What would I go for? Like a new wheel in? Yeah, the MFD. I can't tap the MFD button, Kyle, because the flipping steering wheel's not working. So actually, what I'll do, I'll just link a. I'll link MFD. Here we go. Sorry about this, guys. Terrible. MFD. Here we go. Let's link it to insert. No, let's use this one. There we go. Hashtag. Booyah! That's what we want. Perfect. Nailed it. Nailed it. So, should we run through some names of who we're expecting to be racing in this tonight? Like I said, we have Harry Phillips, who was very, very fast in last season's GT4 Championship, and he actually won Split 2. Felix, he's a new racer with us. He's just done 49.6. So obviously he is one of the faster guys. Felix Tavins Hacker. He's not Hacker, by the way, just in case you're wondering. We've got Niels, who was the winner of Split 1 by a fair old margin in the end, just purely because Louis Henk could not finish the championship, and unfortunately he's not going to be able to join us for this championship because of work. So Louis Henk and Niels had a very close fight for the entire championship until the last race that Louis couldn't make. So unfortunately he can't join us for this season. It would have been great to have him with us, but he isn't with us. That's it. Then we've got Jordan Soanes. I know he is fast. I've not seen him on our server before, so one second. Let me just switch off auto broadcasting for a second. So we've got Jordan Soanes. He's new to the series, as a lot of our drivers are, but he looks like a fast guy. He's currently just done a 149.6 as well, so is sitting in 5th. Gabriel Rodriguez, new driver for this season as well in Split 1. Mark Martens 2. Gaetano Ielpo, he has been with us for a long time. He's running a lot of our series and community races, and is a consistently fast driver. I hate racing against him because he'll come up behind you and you just know you don't have a chance with him, so you just let him past, pretty much. Tiago Pontes is new. Marcus Fox, I know the name, but I don't think he's raced with us before in the GT4 Championship last season. Volkan Bakidan, a long time member of RDC and has been in a load of our events and continues to be part of our events, like the Global Endurance Series that we're currently running. He always comes along for the Wednesday races, for the community races, and he is also part of the GT4 Championship. I'm hoping he has another strong championship as well. We've got Tiago Pontes, who is a new member. Gareth Mills, Gaza, he took part in a couple of our events as well and is new to this GT4 Championship. Ryan Renoir, who everyone should know if you've been on SimGrid, because he is just... Is he still the lead lapper on SimGrid? If you don't know him, you don't race on SimGrid pretty much the dailies, because Ryan is there every single day without fail. And he's a great consistent racer as well. Dave Dancer, he was in Split 2 last season, had a very strong... Oh, am I? Are they listening to me in Discord too, are they? Just a couple of guys. I am leaving now. I have left. Cheers, Cornelius. Who was I on? David Dancer. Yeah, he finished He finished second in the GT4 Championship for in Split 2 in the first GT4 Championship. So he had a very strong championship, and I hope it continues into this season. It's going to look at him in his beautiful safety car. Or is it one of the airport safety cars? It's horrendous. But hopefully he'll have a good season this season. Like I said before, there is a lot of fast guys in Split 1. We've got Giannis, who's just started with us as well. Joe Lacour, he's part of the OTL crew, actually, who have started to join us for quite a few of the events. So Joe races as part of a team in the Global Endurance Series, and I think he's also joined up for the 2.4 Hours of Donington, but I can't remember. By the way, little plug, 2.4 Hours of Donington. Entries are still open, 18th of July. Get yourselves in there, GT3s. It'll be great fun. We've got Mark Ham, who has been peppering our Discord with lots of really good media, actually. I like his pictures. I like his car livery, so it'll be good to see him race tonight, finally. I think he's driving a Merc. One second, I'll just double check. I'm sure it's the Merc. Yep. So, Mark Ham in the Merc. Seemed to post some pretty good times. I think he was in the 49s during practice. So we'll see how he does through the race. Got Luke Wigg. Merc covered in jeans, exactly. It is a jean-covered Merc. I obviously don't have the livery because it doesn't really matter for broadcasts, really. I should have maybe got everyone's liveries. Maybe I could do that for next week if I'm still here. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I've got Luke Wigg as well, new entry into the GT4 Championship. Luke Stokes, fast guy, running the Merc as well. So I've got a few Mercs. They should be strong here, right? The Mercs? They should be strong. Now we've got our very own patron, Randy Retnandito. Great guy. Superb at setups. And again, is part of a lot of our series events. He races in the Global Endurance Series. He's part of the GT4 series now. He can't make community races anymore because he signed up for another set of events, and it's the Porsche events that SOP are running on a Wednesday evening. So if you don't know about that, you should maybe go across and have a look. We've got Ferenc. He was part of Split 2 last season, but obviously a faster guy. He came in quite close to the end. So, yeah. He came in quite close to the end. So didn't gather a lot of points for... that's the end of the session. Are we going into the race? I didn't even realise we're at the end of the session. Amazing. So he didn't gather a lot of points towards the end of the season because he only did like 2 races. So we'll see how he performs this season. Then we've got Teas, who has just qualified in 25th. Got a 1:56.256. So he is currently 6 seconds slower than our P1 guy, Harry Phillips, who is running Kyle's livery, by the way. But I can't see it because I don't have it. It's a little bit annoying, isn't it? So we've got 2 minutes to the... What does OFGS mean? FGS? Anyone? Is he disconnected? Who is that? Jordan. He was running quite fast. Where the 24th? Did he mess up his laps? What happened there? What happened there, guys? Anyway, so Harry Phillips on pole with Neil's second. Kieran Sharp from OTL as well as in third. Gabriel Rodriguez fourth. Gaetano Ielpo. He will always probably be in the top 5 at least. Okay. So Gaetano in fifth. Felix Hacker, who is not Hacker. We'll just hashtag not Hacker. Sixth, Mark Martin. Seventh, Vulcan in eighth. Obviously another strong driver. Tiago in ninth and Ryan in 10th. So hopefully we will get off. It's a full formation lap, by the way. So be full formation lap in this race. You oh, I don't know what happened to Jordan. What has happened? No idea. Haven't seen anything. Alex Nunes hasn't been able to join either. Because he's probably... Oh, he may have withdrawn, actually. He may have withdrawn. So yeah, we've got 10 seconds left. Full formation lap. We will try... Ah, Jordan got a disconnect, which means he's probably running last. No, Alex has managed to join. Alex is last. Jordan is in 24th. That is so bad. It's such a terrible time to get a disconnect because it just puts you in a terrible position. It is gutting. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. Like, you know, these connection problems happen all the time. We know they do. You know, we end up in a position... We've ended up in a position where we've run a full 12-hour race and then within an hour of finishing we get disconnect and drop fucking 30 positions. So we know it happens. It doesn't make it any less unfortunate, you know. So yeah, hopefully Jordan will be able to get up the standings if he has stayed in. If he hasn't, hopefully he'll be able to join back next week, because I'm sure the race is open. I'm fairly certain that he can rejoin the race if he wanted to. So yeah, we're gonna start with. I think we'll watch Kieran, and we'll go into Helicam for the start of the race because it's always interesting. When it comes to penalties and stuff like that, we're not actually implementing any penalties into the race while it's going on. We're going to do penalties afterwards. It just makes it... Yeah! Alessandro! Call it out to Gaetano. Gaetano, I've already said, he'll finish top 5 every time. No problem. He's really consistent all the time. He's fast in the GT4s. So I don't have any problem saying that Gaetano will finish at least top 5 every race. I think he actually finished. He may have finished third. He was either third or fourth in the first GT4 championship. So he's strong. So you'll see it anyway. We'll try and get into Helicam for the start of the race and watch from above. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully it'll be nice and clean through the first few corners. Oh, I'm so nervous. This is brilliant. I can't wait to see how I can't wait to see how Niels handles this flipping Camaro. It's wild, honestly. It's absolutely wild. But this is exciting. I'm super excited for this. And we've got one more corner, and we are going to be into the first lap of the first round of the GT4 Championship. This is split 1. I think next week I'll do split 2, just to change it up a bit, because it's only fair. I know everyone wants to see themselves, but we can only broadcast one. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Niels is in a cheeky position. He's managed to get ahead. He did this in the last race at Nürburgring as well, where he got in a better position than Harry for the green light, and he's straight into first. And I don't think he's going to lose this position here, because the Chevy is very fast. It's very strong in the straights. So yeah, Harry, let's go further back, further back, further back. A nice clean start for the front runners there. Let's go back to Volkan. See how he's getting on. This corner's horrible. Oh, a little touch there from the Audi to the Porsche. Hopefully they'll re-enter nicely. Rendy's caught in a bit of trouble at the back there. Some flashing lights. Hopefully Rendy can get back into it. So yeah, we're watching Volkan here. He's currently running in the Audi. I've never actually driven the GT4 Audi before. Yeah, casual outlaw, let's go! Woo! So I don't know what it's like, but the Porsche there of Mr. Rodriguez has dropped back a fair old amount. He's lost traction coming out of that chicane. I think I will now just let the auto broadcaster take over. So yeah, Volkan's strong. He started in 8th and is up into 6th already. So he's already made up a couple of positions. Obviously, Rodriguez dropped down to 11th due to a little tap, and Rendy is back in 24th. There's Dave Dancer up in the 16th already. So there is some very close racing down towards the back. Everyone's being... Oh, Dave has thrown it in there, and it looks like he's got the drive straight out that corner as well. That's a great move from Dave. Nice one, mate. Will he be able to hold it? He's got the right line for the next corner as well. So the Audi is fast, though. That's surprising. Oh dear, that's a knock-on effect. Oh my goodness. That's really unfortunate. That's taking Gazza out as well. Yeah, that was a little tap from Dave there. Meant that Sisconi went absolutely flying in turn 1. Gutted. Hopefully everyone will just settle a bit. Looked like Dave maybe just got on the brakes a little bit late, going into T1. And now Sisconi is being chased down by Rendy, who hopefully doesn't have too much damage. I mean, Sisconi does have damage by the looks of his car. But I'm not sure how much contact Rendy took in that first corner. Let's head up the front and see how the guys at the front are doing. Yeah, no, mate, that's Outlaw. That was a bit of a. There was nothing the Audi could do. Like I know Gaz is going to be upset about it, but there was nothing the Audi could do because he was punted into that position. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Dave will obviously hold his hands up and say, yeah, I messed up. I either braked too late or whatever, and that affected everything else. So yeah, we'll go look up the front of the field. Niels is still out in front. with Harry Phillips in second. Neil's, like I said before, Neil's there's still a fair old fight up at the back here. But Neil's put himself in a position to be able to take advantage of the start. And he has pulled out 3 seconds of a lead. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Kyle, if you're watching that. I thought you were going to sort out the sound because I have no idea how to get rid of that. Thank you very much for the host, Casual Outlaw. That's appreciated. But you can see Nils has gone out in front. He did exactly the same at Nürburgring at the end of last season. He's gone out in front and he's pulling out a lead already. Now the only reason that Nils came second in the last race was because of the pit stop strategy. So it will be interesting to see how the pit strategy pans out. Especially as there is only a 10-minute window from the 25th minute point. So at 25 minutes people can start the pit window is open, and then everyone has to pit within those 10 minutes. They cannot take fuel, so the fuel that they start with, they have to finish with. You cannot refuel. There isn't even the option to refuel, and you have to change tyres. So it's a tyre change, no fuel. So that'll make the entire race different to how it was last season. So last season, you had to refuel, but you didn't have to change tyres, and there was no pit window. So you were seeing with a lot of the races, and I don't mind it. For a lot of the races, you were finding that the guys that were leading, because they didn't want to go into traffic during their pits or after their pits to hold them up, they were waiting until the very end. So they were waiting until everyone had pitted first, and then they were pitting so they wouldn't end up in traffic, which is fine. It's smart, but I think this makes it more interesting because you're forcing guys into a 10-minute window to pit, which keeps it close for me. Kyle, if you tell me now, like I'll just do it now. Alex Nunes, by the way, has gone from last, because he wasn't here for qualifying. He was driving home from work during qualifying. Oh, nice move, Pontes. That's a great move under to pass Martins. If he holds on to that, that's the cracking move at the top. But Martins has got the line here. Oh, he's squeezing him. He's squeezed him onto the grass there a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't lose too much. And Martins keeps the position. That's great. So yeah, like I was saying, Alex Nunes is up into 16th position from last. Jordan as well. He did come back in the server. Thank God. I'm so glad that he was able to rejoin. But Jordan also up into 17th. So you'll probably find that Jordan and Alex will slowly move up through the field. Alex is a fairly strong GT4 driver. I'm not biased because he is an RDC admin. Well, I am a little bit. But he is good. He is good in the GT4s. So yeah, 8 minutes in, everything seems pretty settled. We've got Niels up in first and is still pulling out a lead, 3.2 seconds now. Harry Phillips in second in the Porsche, just ahead of Kieran Sharp in the BMW and Hacker, or hashtag not Hacker. And Gaetano has held on to P5. Vulcan moved up into 6th from P8 and is currently sitting about a second behind Gaetano. It'll be very difficult for Vulcan to pass Gaetano. Gaetano is a very strong driver. You can reduce the volume, put it about 30% on the alerts page on Streamlabs dashboard. See, I wish I hadn't asked now. Alerts page. So alert box. Let's just see. So alert box. Oh, do I have to go? The desktop site. Yeah, I can do that at the same time. That's fine. I can do that at the same time. Great. The Internet of Things. Is the music too loud for anyone? Or is it okay? I'm assuming it's okay because you can probably hear the cars and me, to be honest. So it's probably all good. But again, thank you for the host, Casual Outlaw. I am very sorry about the noise that you had to endure after you pressed that host button. And you can see here it's 5 in the morning, the sun is coming up, and we have got a track temperature of 7 degrees. So we can imagine as this race goes on, we've got 50 minutes left of the race, track temperature will start to increase. Obviously the guys will get the opportunity to change their tyres in the pit window, so they can change their pressures as well. So that gives the guys some flexibility, especially as the track temperature starts to increase through the day. Cheers, Outlaw. I am going to turn it down because it ends up being really loud for me here. So, oh, the music's fine. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's just the alert I need to sort out, which I'll do now. Stream labs. I can do it at the same time as streaming because I'm a pro streamer. If you didn't know, I'm not. But so yeah, we've got Gaetano still in 5th, Volcan still in 6th, Martens and Pontes kind of battling out, but Ryan there in 9th is keeping Pontes honest and might have the opportunity to get a good position coming. Oh, unfortunately just loses the rear end going into that last corner. But it's all happening behind him with Rodriguez and Fox there looking like they're fighting. Ryan Renoir in the little Alpine as well, sitting in 14th. He's an absolute baller in the GT3s, and I'm glad he's joined us in the GT4s. Himself and Kylo, actually, 14 and 19. Great GT3. Oh my God, what's happened? Oh my goodness. What was that? What's just happened? Did you see that? The BMW just disappeared into space. Ryan Ware's car just like absolutely disappeared. He must have disconnected. He must have disconnected. So unfortunately we've lost Ryan. I'll find out soon enough in flipping heck. We'll find out soon enough in Discord. But yeah, I think that might have had an effect on the drivers behind him as well, because it looked like some of the other drivers may have got caught up in that. So we'll find out after the race whether anyone did. Hopefully nobody got damaged. But yeah, that was crazy. Who's that back there? So we've got Rodriguez and Ham. Let's have a look at Ham and Rodriguez, because it looks like they're fighting quite close. Gosh, the broadcasting tool is slow today, ladies and gents. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly disconnect from it. Oh my goodness, that literally made me jump. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Johnny Jow, thank you very much for the follow. But we need to get rid of that immediately. Immediately. Where is it? So I'm in, so it follows, and can we, sound volume, there it is. Boom. I'm taking that right down to 6%. And saving. So if anyone follows from now on, it's going to be quieter, a lot quieter. Like I was saying, Johnny Jow, thank you very much for the follow. We're just in the middle of this rather cool scrap. Oh my goodness. The broadcasting tool's gone mental. We'll connect there. There we go. So yeah, we've still got Nils in first, pulling out one hell of a lead, actually, nearly 5 seconds ahead of Harry Phillips. And Harry Phillips is no slouch, guys. We're talking about a guy that finished ahead of Nils in the final race of the season. Test widget. Oh, yeah. Should we test this? Oh, I can't test it now that I'm at... Oh, I can. Test widgets. Here we go. Ready? Booyah! I think that's much better. Yeah! Bam, bam, bam. Probably still a bit too loud. I'd take that down maybe 4% and save. I'm happy with that now. Thank you so much for telling me to test. That was a very good idea. So yeah, we've got this broadcast tool is giving us absolute rubbish, and I may need to quickly leave. Oh no, here we go, there we go, cool. So yeah, we've got Joe LaCour in the Audi, drives for OTL. OTL are another community. They're going to be taking part actually in our Super League that we've got 10 teams part of. So we've got 10 teams, each running 4 drivers per race. We've got, oh God, what was it? 6 races? So 4 drivers per race for 10 teams. We're going to have 40 drivers all on track, all vying for points. And basically what's going to happen is, depending on what position they finish in, they get points, and those points for that team are totted up and then put into a league position. So it's going to be brilliant. Honestly, it's going to be so close as well. We've got Team Salt, which is Sir Foch, Sir Foch's community. We've got Sarah Moore Racing. Yes, the real Sarah Moore. She's got her community taking part. We've got RDC Rapid Drivers Club. They're going to be taking part as well. Alex Nunes up in the 12th, having an absolute blinder of a race so far. Maybe taking advantage of some others' misfortune. We've got Mark Ham here, still comfortably in 10th, sitting behind Rodriguez. They've had a bit of a battle today. I'll change them all to cool race sounds. Nah, I'm quite happy with the out there dubstep.ogg. Brilliant. And sorry, I was in the middle of naming teams, wasn't I? And you've got Half-Ass Gaming, they're getting involved. OTL are also getting involved. Who else? Mixed Wheels, the Italian massive that Alessandro Cappa is also part of. I don't know if he's taken part. If he's still here, he'll be able to tell us. But Mixed Wheels have been a community that's been part of our community for a while now, and they take part in a lot of our events too. Garan Hamby, actually, who's in Split 3 at the minute, is part of Mixed Wheels. And we also have Gaetano. Oh my goodness, Gaetano Ielpo is in 4th. How has that happened? Who have we lost? We have lost someone. We've lost Harry. No! Harry Phillips. We have lost Harry Phillips. Oh, that is so gutting. That is a wounder. And we've also lost Ryan Ware, who we knew about. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Harry is so strong. And we've lost him. Yeah. So Nils is way out in front now of Kieran. Kieran, who drives for OTL, in 2nd place, 6 seconds ahead. So Nils, unless something happens, he had a disconnect. That's 2 disconnects we've had. Oh. First my accelerator pedals die at the start, then I disconnect. Oh man, that is real sucky. I don't like it when we get disconnects, especially when we have multiple. So we had Jordan at the very start of the race. And by the way, the servers are solid. Like, they're absolutely brilliant. We run our servers from through AWS. We use a dual 8-core CPU with 32 gig of RAM, So the server we use is like top notch, and we very rarely actually get disconnects. But my goodness, we've had Jordan at the very start of the race, then we had Ryan who had a disconnect and literally disintegrated due to a game engine crash, and now we've just had Harry Phillips as well. It's really crap actually, and hopefully that doesn't affect him joining us for the rest of the series. Actually, we're really lucky this season. It's an 8-race season, right? But you can either choose to withdraw from a round, which you're allowed to do. You're allowed to withdraw from 2 rounds if you want for the season, but only 7 races will count. So if you do the full 8-race calendar, your worst race will not be counted anyway. So everyone will only be given points for 7 races, and it'll be their 7 best races. So hopefully, yeah, Harry's saying that in Discord. The fact that we have a drop round has actually saved him for the championship, because if he now has 7 good races, it still puts him in contention for the championship. You know, and I think that's great for everyone. And this is really close racing. Oh my goodness. Kula, Nunes and Lacour. Nunes manages to get the move on Lacour here. And will he stay in that position? You've got Kula that's trying to squeeze. Is he squeezing in the middle? Oh my goodness. It looks like Nunes has maybe got the move done. But Joe is holding on to that line. He's going to have... No, Nunes has not managed to get the job done here. Oh, wow. And the problem with this is they are fighting. They are fighting, and they are holding Kula up, who is now getting chased down by Jordan. So Jordan, who disconnected at the start of the race and is now in 13th. Absolutely brilliant driving. These guys must have driven so hard to get to where they are. Joe has managed to hold off Alex for the time being, but Kula is now going past Alex. No, Alpine doesn't have any power. That's where the BMW steps in, the power. But this is a great fight, because now you've got Jordan coming in at the back end of it, and Jordan is no slouch. I think he was in 3rd, had a disconnect, so went right back to the back of the grid, and is now in 13th. So this is currently making for a really good fight. We would go and watch Nils, but Nils is so far off in the lead. It doesn't even need to be watched. So yeah, we've got Kula here in the Alpine, driving it really well. I haven't driven the Alpine that much, but when I did drive it, I could not get it to play a tune at all. Yeah, this has turned into a great battle. So Joe has got these guys all stacking up behind him. Joe's a great racer as well. He's part of the OTL team that run in the Global Endurance Series. I think he actually does drive the Audi in the GT3s as well. And is rapid, so like, you can imagine the caliber of everyone that's in this if they're just sitting nose to tail, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them at the minute, and you still got Fox and Sackness and the BMW coming up behind them. So these guys will naturally just hold each other up. And with them holding each other up because they're constantly fighting, they're just going to allow the guys to tank up behind them. At the same time, Mark Ham's just pulling away. Like, he's pulled out a almost 7-second gap. Joe is he? Oh, is Alex overtaken around the outside there? Is that a legal move? I wonder if that'll get protested. I didn't want to bring it up, you know, because he's a RDC admin and all, but bit of a questionable move around the outside there. Like, it wasn't just a little bit, it was all 4 tyres. So we'll see we'll see how that goes. See what happens after the race. Great move, but Joe is not. Joe is not letting up, and you can see Jordan has passed now Kula. So Jordan has managed to pass the Alpine while all that was going off because of being held up, and Jordan is now trying to squeeze past Alex around the outside of turn 2 or turn 3, and Jordan has a great. Oh, he's got a great exit there ahead of Alex. He's got a nose in front of Alex now going into that corner, and he will probably have. Yep, he's got it. Pit lane opens. Pit lane is open now. You ask, when's the pit lane open? It is open, ladies and gents. We are going to start seeing pits happening. This is going to start getting interesting. People will try the undercut. You will see people from this group immediately going into the pit because they don't want to be held up anymore. Alex probably might be one of the first ones to do it. And actually, it's rubbing there. They're rubbing. The Alpine has lost so much time fighting with the guys ahead of him that the guys behind him have made up a lot of time. Fox, Wig, and Sagnis have made up some decent time there. Will we see Alex going into the pit to try and undercut? Who knows? But it's damn exciting. We've got Pontes and Ham already in the pit. We've got a couple of guys breaking off there to go in the pit as well. Yep, Alex has realised that he needs to get in there and try and get some clean air. Jordan is staying out. He's just sitting on the arse end of Mr. LaCour. Oh man, this is so cool. So we've got Pontes, Ham, Nunez, Sagnis, Fox, Rendito, Siscogni and Mills all pitted early to try and undercut the others. Got Wig and Ryan Renoir there. Ryan's probably sitting quite close. I wonder if he might consider pitting. Oh, drive through for Pontes. What happened there? Oh, mate. There is nothing worse than getting a drive through because of pits. Nothing worse. Because you get the pit out of the way and then you have to come in again, lose time. So that's going to drop Pontes right down to towards the back. Siscogni and Mills currently in the pit. That was very close. Oh my goodness. Ryan Renoir and his beautiful Ginetta. It's horrendous. Dave Dancer. And we've got Mr. Martins that had just come in the pits as well. So I don't know if he was being held up by Volkan. But he looks like he might be trying the undercut. So these are the start of the front runners. Joe LaCour has also come in, and that has released Jordan to try and make up some time. He was going faster. I think he was faster than Joe. So it will be interesting to see how much time Jordan makes up in terms of the next couple of laps, and see if he can move himself further up the grid and do an overcut. Obviously the guys that are going into the pits, they will be taking fresh tyres, so the guys that are staying out need to be very careful that they don't stay out for too long because they could lose too much time. We'll just head back down to Alex. So Alex now is on fresh rubber. He wanted to try and undercut Joe, and we'll see if it worked. Joe has come out of the pit. It hasn't worked. So Alex has lost some time in the last corner as well. It hasn't worked. Joe has got a decent chunk of time ahead of him as well. So let's see where Joe is. Going through turn 1 now, and Alex is only just turning into turn 1. Now he'll be able to make up some time, obviously, being on the slightly warmer tyres. But Joe is capable enough to be able to see that challenge off now. And now Alex is a good distance away from Joe. So now let's see. We've got Jordan still staying out. He's got 5 minutes left of the window. Is he going to come in this time round? No, he's staying out for another lap. So he is... I think he's trying to put as many fast laps in as possible before he has to pit. And again, you can see the faster guys, as naturally will happen, they don't want to get caught up in the traffic. They are staying out longer. So they're staying out longer so that the rest of the guys that are trying undercuts to try and get past everyone else, they're getting in first, and the guys that are higher up the order will then use that to their advantage so they don't get caught up in traffic and pit later. But they're gonna have to come in the pits the next couple of laps. The pit window will close and they'll end up with a time penalty if they don't. That's unfortunate. Joey's had to pull out the season already. It's too late for him to run, which is fine. You don't really know until the first race happens. So yeah, where have we got? Gaetano's taken the pit already, and Vulcan has managed to get ahead of Gaetano. Now, did he do that? Jordan up in third. I wonder where his pit is going to put him. I really do. So you've got Nils now in the pits. I'm really sorry about this because my broadcast tool isn't working. And hashtag not hacker is in the pits as well. So they're both taking the pits. Could we see Jordan staying out? Or will he come in? Dave Dancer also in the pits. And Jordan is staying out for another lap. So he is trying. He is pushing as fast as he can to try and get some time up on everyone else. Let's have a look at, as you're here for Gaetano, let's have a look, see how he's doing. So Gaetano was sitting comfortably in 5th position. He had Vulcan in behind him, and then one of the guys disconnected, and that put him into 4th. So prior to the pits, Gaetano was 4th, Vulcan was in 5th, and after the pits, Gaetano is currently 11th, and Vulcan is making up some great time. He's just gone past Martins there, who has also already pitted. So he's putting some distance between himself and Gaetano. I still reckon Gaetano will finish in 5th once all the pits have taken place. So that's Nils out in 5th. In his wonderful Camaro. He was P1 prior to pits. So we'll see how it goes. You've also now got Jordan up in 1st, who's trying to make up some time. He will have to come into the pit in the next... he will need to come into the pit now, actually. So he'll be coming into the pit now, as well as Luke, Lucas and Luke. The top 4 currently, as they stand, will need to come into pit now, otherwise they will get a time penalty if they go past this time. So yeah, here we go. Jordan in 1st currently. He is hoping to overcut at least 2 cars, I think. And if he put in some hot laps there, I wouldn't be surprised if he does. He could possibly come out in 8th or 9th, I reckon. You've also got the other 4 that hadn't pitted yet, so let's see. I was going to say, let's see Nils. Nils has already gone past in the 1st, and Hacker has taken his position in 2nd, and Kieran, Mr. Sharp from OTL, is also taking his position back in 3rd. Vulcan in 4th, Martins in 5th, Gaetano in 6th. Where is Jordan going to end up? He is already out. Where is he? Why have I gone past him 3 times? Oh my god. Where is he? There's Joe. I will say we'll catch up with him soon enough. But here we've got Vulcan, Martins, Ielpo and Rodriguez. Rodriguez, unfortunately, he was up in 2nd or 3rd at the start of the race, but he took a hit. I'm not entirely sure. He may have taken a hit and that dropped him down. And then he lost traction coming out of turn 4, which lost him a few places as well. He went down to P12, I think. The tyres didn't change twice. Glitchville tonight. That's Dave. He was having a fairly strong race. He was up into 12th position. So hopefully that's going to be a couple of people that are planning this to be their drop round already. Why aren't we running? I can't take part in this championship. I unfortunately have to go back to work at the start of July, so I can't take part of it at all. I know that I'm not going to be here for the majority of the season, so we will still run them and we will still broadcast them, but unfortunately a lot of the time we can't take part in them because of work commitments. Gaetano's just sitting here behind Martins, just waiting waiting for an opportunity to pass. Neil Martins has been very, very strong. He started, I can't remember, maybe 9th or 7th, but he's been consistent all the way up at the front here. Vulcan started in 8th and has made up 4 places. Had a really strong race, always does, to be honest. Then we've got, I want to say Kieran, but I'm not sure if it's correct, and I'll feel really bad if it's not. But I'll keep calling him Mr. Sharp. He's in 3rd and has been in 3rd since the first lap, to be honest, I think. Had a very strong race so far, and is he catching Hacker at the minute? To be honest, Nils, Harry, when he was in here, I apologise, Harry, if you are watching. I'm really sorry you had the disconnect. So Nils, Harry, and it's Kieran. Yes. Where does it say on? Oh, where does it say on screen? So yeah, Kieran's in 3rd. Dave back in the pits. That's so unfortunate. Vulcan managing to hold off Martins and Ielpo for the time being. Got Felix in 2nd. Very strong race. Very strong race. We will sort your if you can hear me, we will sort out your name for next week. We've been speaking to SimGrid about the problem we have with entry lists and how they're generated on SimGrid and how we eventually get them, and how names, even though they are inputted with spaces on SimGrid, they don't get transferred to the entry list, and then we have to do some jiggery pokery to get them all sorted. But we haven't done it for Felix this race. We will do it for next race, no problem. And Neil's been out in front from the start. He got himself into a really good position at the start of the race. Almost was sitting in 1st. I know you can do that with these starts. Sometimes you can almost get yourself, depending on how aware the P1 driver is, you can almost get yourself into a P1 position and be ahead of P1 when the race starts, and that's kind of what Niels did. He used, oh, nice line. I don't think that's a line, mate, but it was a good line anyway. Nice one, Niels. Yeah, so he managed to get himself into a good position and took P1 at turn 1 and has just taken the lead since then. So he's been very comfortable. Felix has also been comfortable in P2 pretty much the entire race as well. Harry Phillips, who was in P2, got disconnect, was comfortably in P2, and it would have been a close fight eventually, I think, with Niels and Harry. But even when Harry had the disconnect, Niels was 4 or 5 seconds ahead. So he's having a very strong race. Kieran in third, and has been in third since the very beginning. Vulcan has made up 4 places. Martins has had a strong race so far. He's made up a couple of spots. Gaetano, who looks to be being pressured from Gabriel in the Porsche, but Gaetano has also had a strong race up till now. He's unfortunately lost a position, but I'm pretty sure he'll fight to the very end. There's 20 minutes left, guys. You know, we're going to have people that start fuel saving because they haven't got enough petrol, gas in. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes towards the end. It'll be very close. Mr. Ham, who looks to be in no man's land at the minute. There's nobody really ahead of him for a good distance, and there's nobody behind him. So he's sort of like in a 14-second sort of gap. Joe is being pressured by Sackness. Jordan has slotted back into 11th. Finally, we managed to see him, and Alex is trying to catch up to the back of this group. He'll find it very difficult, I think, Alex, to catch up to these guys. Jordan and Joe are very fast, and Giannis looks to have the same pace as them. So unless there's so much battling going on that Alex can catch up to the back of them, with only 20 minutes left, it'll be very difficult for Alex to at least get ahead of them. Rendy, my goodness, Rendy, you have had a cracking race. If we were doing driver of the day, Rendy would probably get it, or be one of the guys that gets voted for it. He got turned on turn 3 on the first lap, and has managed to fight his way back up to 13th, and has had a strong race despite the start. Marcus Fox in the Porsche, and then Luke Kula, who was fighting up in with Joe LaCour and Jordan Soanes and Alex Nunes earlier, has dropped right back to 16th. So I don't know if it doesn't look like he's got any damage on the car. I don't know if he's just not getting the same tune out of these tyres as he was in the first stint. Obviously with the tyre change, there could have been guys that didn't set the correct pressures or forgot to set pressures. He may also be fuel saving because he's worried that he may not have enough fuel to the end of the race. There could be a number of reasons why he's not up with the rest of the guys. Pontes as well, he was having a cracking race earlier on and has dropped back to 17th. Ryan and Kylo back in 18th and 19th in the Alpine, and the Ginetta. I hate the Ginetta. Honestly, it doesn't matter what paint job you give it, Kylo, it looks horrendous. Don't like it. Don't like the way it sounds. I'm hoping that eventually, when updates do happen, we'll end up with the big brother of that car, and hopefully a Toyota Supra or 2 as well, because that would make the GT4s, even though it is interesting, it would make it a lot more interesting. Dave looks like he's retired to the pits. Unfortunately, his tyres didn't change. I thought they did. I'm going to look back at the replay because I'm fairly certain that when he pitted the first time, it came up green on his on the display. For us at least, it may not have done for him. We've got Sisconi there in 21st and Gaz in 22nd. So Niels up in first, and interestingly, Felix has been caught by Kieran in the last few laps, and these three have gapped. Oh, it's not the line, guys. I don't know, like, I know GT4s can take curbs, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to be throwing you don't want to be throwing any car into that sausage. It's just too dangerous. You're gonna lose it at some point, surely. I mean, I am only an amateur, but surely there's too much risk at losing it. Are you talking about Dave? No, I'm pretty sure he said in chat that his tyres didn't change twice. But I'm, like I was saying, I'm fairly certain that when he did his first pit, it turned green. I could be wrong. I could watch back the replay and find that, yeah, he's saying he didn't get tyres. So, again, it's an ACC glitch, isn't it? You know, it's one of those things. So we did have 30 guys register. We've obviously had some with withdrawals. We had 2 disconnects, so we started with 25. So we're not doing too bad. 23 races left. It's unfortunate it's not all 30, but I understand that real life stuff does happen. Kyle, for example, is working tonight, and other guys are working as well, have other commitments. This is secondary. I don't know why it's secondary, because it's great, but I'm very biased. But yeah, we can see this fight here is starting to gather traction. Kieran is literally within a second now of Felix. This is going to be the fight to watch towards the end. Niels is off. He's on another level. He's taken that Chevy and he's off in the sunset, 8 seconds ahead. He is gone. Now it's these two to see where they will sit on the podium. And it's 2 BMWs as well. It's amazing. But it looks like Kieran has the pace at the minute. He's got the pace on Felix. Let's just hope for a nice, clean fight. Oh my goodness. That is so close. I love how close the GT4s race, man. It is amazing. Look at this, it's amazing. Oh, I can't get a decent picture. There we go. Oh, we stopped pressing the wrong button. So we're coming up to the last 10 minutes of this race, and Felix is holding off Kieran at the minute. Kieran's being very, very patient. A lesser driver would have stuck his nose in somewhere already and maybe turned Felix, but at the minute it is very clean. And we'll wait to see how these guys take who's going to do what line. Just a little touch this time through that sausage. But the last time round, Felix literally jumped over that sausage. Jumped it. Felix got a better drive out of that exit, and it's probably safe going all the way down to turn 1 now. So Kieran now within 0.5 of Felix, and now it's just going to be a waiting game to see if he can find a decent passing opportunity to get past Felix. We'll go down the rest of the field. We've got Volkan 12 seconds behind that fighting pair up in 2 and 3, who we will revisit before the end of the race, don't worry. And we've got this group still fighting here with Gaetano right in the middle of Martins and Gabriel. And as we head further back, we've got Mark Ham, who burns slow. Mark Ham, who is still in no man's land. Has Alex managed to get back on the back of these pair, Jordan, within 2 seconds? So he is making up time. Got Rendy right on Alex's tail and has been since they done the pits. Pontes is dropped off the back of Alex now, but I think he's managed to get past Wig. Yeah, so Pontes has managed to get past Luke and is now sitting in P13. He was having there's a touch back there. Kula and Ryan is slowing down for him. There must have just been a little touch there, man. That's unfortunate. And Joe has obviously been involved in an incident as well at some point in the last few laps, because he is back down in 19th and he was up in 9th. So we'll hear at the end what the problem there was with Joe. Hopefully it wasn't anything malicious. I can't imagine it would be. It would just be an unfortunate incident. But he may have left him with damage for the rest of the race. So Niels pulled out 8.5 seconds in split 1 of the GT4 Championship. I'll be honest. Yeah, I was going to say, he might be close on fuel. I don't know if he's streaming at the minute. But if he is, it might be worthwhile going to see what sort of fuel he's running for the last 8 minutes of this race. What's that, 3 laps? So yeah, he is close, is he? He's professional. He knows what he's doing. And if he did think he had a problem, he would have eased off by now anyway. With a gap of 8.5, 9 seconds. If he didn't think he was going to make it, he'd be fuel saving and coasting if he isn't already, and still going feckin' rapid. Felix still being hounded. 17-ish. Oh, that's plenty, isn't it? 17 litres left, that's plenty. Felix still being hounded by Kieran. Oh, it's so close. I wish I could get a better picture of this. Kieran right in behind Felix. Oh, it's 5 laps left, is it? No, it can't be. It's only 4. Yeah, he'll be bang on. Kieran right on the tail of Felix, and has been for what, 4 laps, 5 laps, but still has not managed to find the opportunity to get past. I can't imagine he'll be happy sitting in this position either. He'll want to get past. But Kieran, in his first outing in the RDC GT4 Championship, is having a great race. The same as Felix. Felix is a first timer with us at RDC in the GT4 Championship, and is giving a good showing. Like I said earlier, it's just a pity that we've had a couple of dropouts. So we had Gabriel, who took a hit at the start, dropped him right back to 10th. He's now up into 7th. We had Harry, who had a disconnect and has completely gone out of the game, unfortunately. And we had Jordan, who has had an absolutely brilliant race, got all the way up into 9th so far. So well driven, Jordan. Great race so far. Rendy's done exactly the same from the very back. And we're still sitting here. Oh, there's a little bit of a slowdown for Felix there. But will that... He's maybe not got the drive. See, this corner here, on the last corner, Felix has the drive out of that exit every single time. I think if... If Kieran can take that corner a little bit different to give him more of a drive out of the exit, he might have a better opportunity to take him coming down the start-finish straight in the T1. But at the minute, Felix has got it in the right places to hold Kieran off, even with his little mistakes. So let's have a look. Sorry guys, what have we got here? Coming up on a back marker, who's that? It's Aston, that'll be Gaz. So hopefully Gaz will, we had a driver briefing before, so everyone knows about blue flags. As soon as you're within, you know, a decent distance that you can safely let somebody pass, you just let them pass. You don't unnecessarily slow down or unnecessarily hold them off and hold people up. But it looks like Niels is cruising right now, coming into the end of this race. As he comes over the line, there should be... nice one, Gaz. Gaz just takes a nice, easy right, allows Niels past to complete his lap. So Niels now comes over the line, 2 laps left. We've got Felix and Kieran still fighting second and third. Vulcan as well has had a great race. He started in 8th, made up 4 places. I think he made up 2 prior to pits and then made up 2 after pits. So he used the pit stops really well and has ended up in 4th so far, which will be a great result for him considering his qualifying. And Gaetano is really holding off Gabriel at the minute. Gabriel again is another car that hasn't managed to find a way past and is running out of time to be able to get past him. Mark Ham still out in no man's land. Had a great race, easily finished top 10. Jordan, despite his disconnect, has managed to get some decent points here. Coming all the way back up from the back to 9th. This may actually end up being his worst race and could be the drop that he takes anyway. But the fact that he's got up into 9th for a decent points haul is great for him, considering his disconnect at the start. Giannis currently holding off Pontus. Oh, Pontus has managed to get past Nunez and Renandito, and Rendy has just got past Alex as well. Has there been an incident that I have missed? Because Rendy has got past Alex. But Alex down to 13th. Saying down to 13th, he actually started in last position, or one of the last positions. I think it was 25th, because he couldn't qualify. But Alex has got a better drive there out of that corner, out at the hairpin, and because of the BMW power, easily takes Rendy going into that corner. Oh, Alex goes very wide there and loses 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. Oh no, what's happened there? Huh? What's going on? What's going on? Why? Oh, okay. So Rendy tapped Alex. Rendy slowed down. Everyone went past, including Alex. And then, yeah, Rendy ended up losing a load of positions, unfortunately. Again, he was having a great race until the end there. So Niels, he's going to come over the line. That'll be the final lap for this race. And as I said before, you know, he took the lead and has been out the front from start to finish, which is kind of what we expect from Niels, which is why it's always nice when we get people like Felix and Kieran and Harry and Gabriel as well before the touch that he had at the start of the race. When we get these new drivers coming in and pushing these guys, because it makes for a more interesting race. We've got Felix, and Kieran has just dropped off the back now. Felix has done really well to hold off Kieran. He has been under pressure for the last 6 laps or so, and it looks like he has managed to hold him off for the rest of the race. Has there been any other changes further back? Vulcan still in 4th. Mark is still in 5th. Gaetano is still holding off. Gabriel has dropped back as well. So that should be the finishing places for 1st to 6th, 7th, sorry. Mark Ham obviously back in 8th position and is comfortable. Jordan has got up into 9th. Oh, what's going on back here? There's fighting between Seknis and Pontes, but Pontes has managed to move away there. And Luke Wigg is being pressured now by Alex. Alex may make that pass. We'll come back towards the end. But Kieran now has dropped further back than a second as we come to Niels, and we will watch Niels over the line. Great race for Niels. Absolutely fantastic. What can you say? From start to finish, he's led and looked very comfortable while doing it. Felix takes 2nd. Great race from Felix, and really great from Felix to hold off Kieran for such a long time towards the end there. It looked like Felix was well out of the way. And was comfortably out of the way, but Kieran managed to bring him back. Oh, you've got to love the spins. Nils doing spinning, spinny spin spin. Vulcan finished in 4th with Martins in 5th. Gaetano, strong race. He'll be disappointed though, I think. Gaetano finishing in 6th position. Rodriguez in 7th. Ham in 8th. Jordan with an absolute brilliant race, honestly. Great race for Jordan to finish 9th. I know I'll be disappointed in the fact he was disconnected, but still, the fact that he finished in 9th and got those points is great for him. Now we've got Ryan. Oh my goodness, Ryan. Ryan just bouncing off the walls. I don't think he'll be happy with that that race by the looks of things. We've got the one and only Kylo Ren coming round the last corner as well in his Ginetta to be the last guy over the line. Well, that was one hell of a race for the first race of the season. Niels takes it comfortably. Felix, #NotHacker, in 2nd, and Mr. Kieran Sharp in 3rd. I'll be interested to see how the rest of the race is finished. But we'll be able to get that information up on SingGrid for those guys that want to have a look at that. Cheers, Cooper. Thank you for joining us, mate. It's always nice having you with us. So let's see who's on Twitch at the minute. Let's pass you guys on because I'm not going to stay on for long. Let's see who is running and available. We've got the Pope who is in split 2. So we are going to go if you can all join me, it would be fantastic because it'd be a great raid for us to do on La Pope. So if you can all join, please join the raid, please join the raid, all of you join the raid, please. It'd be amazing. Thank you very much for joining us for tonight, and hopefully you can join us next week. I can't remember where we are, but all the information can be found on SimGrid. You can also find the standings there as well, and hopefully we'll see you again. Cheers.
I'm going to have a quick look at the replay of that. Hey Cornelius, that was a really good race.